Hey guys, Yuri K here. Is your diet acidic or is it alkaline? And why should you even care? Well, that has to do a lot with the food that we eat. And the different foods that we eat will affect our blood in terms of its acidity or alkalinity. This is a very important thing for us to consider because, as we are well aware, acidic foods tend to cause damage to the body and promote an inflammatory and stressful situation within the body. In fact, they make the body more susceptible to poor health and illness. However, on the other hand, alkaline foods are known for promoting health and create a situation where the body can produce energy more efficiently, as well as clear its own toxins and repair and replenish itself. And for this reason, we want to try to consume a more alkaline diet and try to stay away from the more acidic diet. From a scientific perspective, acidity and alkalinity is measured by the pH scale from a score of 0 to 14, where 0 is the most acidic and 14 is the most alkaline, and 7 being neutral. The optimal pH level for the body to maintain is 7.35, which is close to neutral but very slightly alkaline. The problem with the modern Western diet, however, is that most of the foods tend to be acidic in nature and will decrease the body's pH levels. So we need to counterbalance that by eating more foods which are more alkaline in nature to promote health and well-being in our bodies. So when we look at food, we have to look at how it's going to affect our blood, meaning once the food is digested and metabolized, will it cause the blood to become more acidic or more alkaline? To determine this, there is something called the potential renal acid load, or the PRAL. And what PRAL is going to measure is to what extent a food once consumed, digested, and metabolized will affect the acidity or alkalinity of our blood. Somewhat similar to measuring a pH level, a PRAL value of 0 will indicate neutral, which is equal to a pH level of 7. A positive PRAL will indicate acidity, and a negative PRAL will indicate alkalinity. So when we're consuming a food that's acidic in nature, it will have a positive PRAL value, whereas we're consuming a food that's alkaline in nature, it will have a negative PRAL value. As a whole, meat, seafood, and dairy tends to have a high positive PRAL, meaning it is very acidic in nature. On the other hand, fruits and vegetables tend to have a negative PRAL, meaning they have an alkalinizing effect on the body. The graph that I have included here shows many foods' relative PRAL values and gives a breakdown of various different foods and what kind of PRAL value they have. An important thing to consider when looking at the PRAL is that we're not looking at the physical makeup of the food itself, but rather the effect of that food on the person's blood, and that is, again, how acidic or how alkaline does it make the blood. An example of a food which has an acidic makeup is a lemon and has the potential to erode tooth enamel. However, when we consume a lemon, it has the opposite effect on the body, and that is, it makes the blood more alkaline, and so we know that lemons are very healthy and promote health and well-being in the body. Now, this is not to say that we necessarily have to eat a raw vegan diet, which certainly does have more alkaline foods, but we need to balance out the acidic foods with the alkaline foods so that the alkaline foods slightly outweigh the acidic foods. So we can consume lean cuts of steak as well as chicken, turkey, seafood in general, as well as dairy that comes from a healthy source, preferably organic, but we also need to counterbalance that by consuming lots of fruits and vegetables to keep our bodies in a pH neutral state, again roughly around 7.35. In fact, many of the foods that have an acidic effect on the blood are actually quite healthy in other ways. For example, salmon is very high in omega-3s and has incredible health promoting benefits. But eating salmon just for the sake of getting your omega-3s by itself, for example, without having a side of brown rice or sweet potatoes and without having a large bowl of salad, is not going to promote health and in fact can hurt you. So again, you need to balance it out by having a well-balanced diet with many fruits and vegetables as well as meats and dairy, so you want to balance out the four food groups. Apart from the food that we eat, when we exercise to a high intensity, our body produces something called lactic acid, which creates the burning effect within our muscles. So this lactic acid, of course, will have an acidic effect on the body, and so we will need to counterbalance that by eating, again, the proper diet. We want to stress that eating foods that are alkaline is going to help the body to better recover and put in a position to be healthier in the long run. So there you have it, guys, regarding alkaline versus acidic diets and which one is better. So I hope you guys liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. And remember to follow me on Instagram at YuriK0877 down in the info box below. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.